We are underway. Black trunks for Josh Grispy, white trunks for Dustin Poirier.
You can see right off the bat, Grispy was leaning towards a kick. You can see him, whoa, nice front kick there. But Poirier, oh, nice inside leg kick.
Poirier composed early.
Yeah, Poirier would love to spoil the Josh Grispy party. There's a lot of hype behind this young kid, and he would love to take it and make it his own.
Poirier said pre-fight he feels there are holes in Josh Grispy's game, and he will expose them.
Right now, he's showing some excellent stand-up, especially with that front kick and the inside leg kick. Josh Grispy jumps up into guard here. That's an interesting choice.
Half of his wins in his career by submission for Grispy.
Grispy has the left arm tied up.
No way he can stop it.
Good body punch there. And Poirier turns him around, has him pressed up against the cage.
Over the top with a quick elbow. Don't forget, UFC 125 is live on pay-per-view tonight. Order now. UFC champion Frankie Edgar, Gray Maynard in the rematch for the world lightweight title. Four-time knockout of the night winner Chris Lieben takes on Brian Stann. Call your cable or satellite provider, use your remote, or go to UFC.com for ordering information.
And don't forget Brandon Vera versus Thiago Silva. Woo.
Nate Diaz, Ultimate Fighter winner on the card tonight.
The battle of the tie clinch here, and Poirier won it.
Yep.
Poirier is turning it on here, Mike.
Really good start for the kid from Louisiana. Caught him again.
I'm really impressed with this kid. And he forces Grispy to try to take him down, and Grispy winds up on the bottom.
You hear his corner say, let him up. Poirier comes in, not with all the type of pressure on him that Grispy has. As you said, all the hype, the significance of the fact that Grispy was set to fight for the title before Jose Aldo was set back by injury. And Poirier looks very relaxed as a result of it.
You have to wonder now whether Grispy is sort of second-guessing his decision to fight when he was lined up for a title shot.
Oh, my.
Poirier is just lighting him up on the feet, Mike. I love that front kick that he throws. Good sweep here by Grispy, but we got to make sure that he gets on top, and he does not. Poirier turns it around and winds up on top.
The question has been, because of all those first-round finishes, what will happen if he's pushed? We might find out tonight.
Well, he seems very relaxed. It doesn't seem like he's having octagon jitters, and he's lighting Grispy up. Beautiful body shot.
Continuous combination.
Oh, he's tagging him.
Dustin Poirier.
Josh Grispy is in big trouble, and he makes a half-hearted shot there. Poirier on top.
This is by far the longest fight for Josh Grispy of his last 10.
Josh Grispy looking for a Kimura, loses it. Poirier on top.
In the last 10 fights, Joe, he hadn't gone more than 2.5 minutes long.
Grispy's still trying for that Kimura, Mike. Poirier's in a bit of trouble here. He's got to make sure that he keeps his left leg pressed up against his hand so that Grispy can't pull that hand free and stick it behind his back. He's got to keep some weight on that. And when he senses the opportunity, he's got to yank that arm out of there if he can. And Josh Grispy trying to close it off by putting his left leg over the back. And Grispy no longer has two hands tied together. So Poirier's arm is basically free now. He's got to make sure Grispy doesn't tie those arms up together again.
40 seconds now. Here in round one.
The arm's pretty much, now he's in trouble again. Poirier's in trouble. He's got to hang on here, because if Grispy yanks it out and up and beyond, now Grispy no longer has his hands together in the double wrist lock hold. So Poirier is no longer in trouble here. The arm is still trapped, but it's not in danger of being submitted. And now the arm's not even trapped. He's just got a wrist control on it.
Good recognition by Dustin Poirier. In the WEC, all of his 4 victories were in the first round. All within the first couple of minutes.
Oh, beautiful knee to the body by Poirier. Grispy shoots in, but it's stuffed by Poirier, and Poirier turns it around and has him pressed up against the cage.
Poirier put together some beautiful combinations in round number 1.
Oh, beautiful elbow.
And the uppercuts. My goodness.
Grispy is again in trouble in the second round.
What a great elbow. And still, he delivers punishment.
And Grispy trying for the takedown here, stuffed by Poirier. Grispy's trying to turn the corner now, though. Steps over the leg. They're in the dogfight here. And Poirier back up to his feet. Grispy drags him down into side control, full mount. Turned around by Poirier. In the guard of Josh Grispy. Got to be careful of his neck here. Gets his head out. Neck isn't not in trouble. Now he has to be careful of the triangle position. Got to make sure his left arm doesn't get caught in between the 2 legs. If Grispy can get that left leg over the top and then secure it on his right leg. Poirier's got to make sure. Oh, he's got to look out for the armbar too. Now he's going to pass the guard. Nicely done. Poirier's out of trouble here.
And some quick ground and pound, Joe. Trying to pin that arm down.
Man, we have never seen Josh Grispy get worked like this in all of his fights in the WEC.
Won his first 4 MMA fights in under 1 minute. Was the youngest fighter in New Hampshire history to make his pro debut at age 17. 15 professional fights already for Grispy at age 22.
He is battered and bloody here, though, Mike. Poirier is really putting a beating on Josh Grispy.
Just about at the midway point of this fight.
You can't count Grispy out. He's a winner. He knows how to win. He's just got to figure out what an angle of attack could possibly be where he can get an advantage. Because right now, on the feet, he's been getting beaten up. And then when he gets to the ground, you know, because of the fact that he's taking so many shots on the feet, he's a little worn down. And Poirier's excellent on the ground as well, so he's been able to control those spots. He shoots again. And as he has his hands clasped together, look at his right leg. He's going to try to turn the corner and step his right leg over the left leg of Poirier, if he can do that. Right now, he's exhausted. He's taking a tremendous amount of punishment. And Poirier able to hold this position. See, now Grispy steps over, like I said, but now he winds up in guard. Too tired to try to turn the corner and put Poirier on his back. But now here he's pressed up against the cage, and he'll look to try to attack with some sort of a submission off of his back. Poirier would like to land some elbows and punches from this position.
Under 90 seconds now.
It's going to be hard for him to generate power, though, inside of Josh Grispy's closed guard. Grispy has a tight closed guard.
Good control.
He's going to get desperate. He knows he's losing round.
Confident corner of Dustin Poirier.
Well, they're saying that he knows he's losing 2 rounds. He's going to get desperate. What they're worried about is him doing something like this. He threw up the legs for a triangle.
Throws him right out
and landed a beautiful punch.
and another one.
That was close, though. That triangle was very close. Grispy's not out of it yet. And slowly to get back up to his feet. And eats that inside leg kick again. You see how exhausted Grispy is, the way his punches and kicks are coming now.
Hadn't been this deep in the fight in a long time.
Poirier got the tie clinch here, Mike. Here comes the knees.
Oh.
Grispy's got to get out of this spot.
10 seconds on the clock.
He's got to put his hands on the hips to try to prevent this.
Again with the
oh, he's
uppercut,
getting lit
Joe.
up. Grispy's in trouble.
Elbows.
Steve Mazzagatti taking a good look at him.
Huge finish to round number 2. Couple of fights at 55 in the WEC. Grispy
Nice inside leg kick as well by Poirier.
needs to try to find the solution for the diamond.
Well, in retrospect, it's probably a good thing that Josh Grispy didn't fight Jose Aldo. You know, I mean, he's a young kid, he's learning, and this is going to be a learning experience for him as well. Because if Poirier could do this to him, I would hate to see what Jose Aldo could do to him.
That said, as you pointed out earlier, Grispy's slick. He's got a wicked guillotine, and there's still 4 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock.
And he's a winner. He knows how to win.
Yep.
And he's never going to give up. You can beat him, but he's not going to beat himself. Poirier got the tie clinch again here.
Yes.
And here comes the knees.
Good
Again,
combination.
attacking with that inside leg kick over and over again to the left thigh of Josh Grispy.
Step over the leg. Step over it again. Circle.
Live on pay-per-view, top of the hour, UFC 125, Frankie Edgar, Gray Maynard. For the lightweight title, Chris Lieben, Brian Stan, and so much more. Call your cable or satellite provider, use your remote, or go to UFC.com for ordering information. Tonight's pay-per-view also available in 100% Spanish.
Again, Poirier turning it on. Josh Grispy's got to do something dramatic here, Mike. In my opinion, he's got to try to either knock him out or find some way to submit him. But he's had no success in the striking or on the ground, really.
You talked
There's
about
an opening right there for a triangle. If he can grab a hold of his left ankle and stuff his right knee through. Nope.
You talked about late in the first round how Grispy had Poirier in a little bit of a bad situation, the way he had Poirier's arm, but other than that, Joe, it's been all Dustin.
Yeah, really, and he never really had it out. He locked up the Kimura position, but
Right.
never really pulled the arm out and get close to submitting it. Another knee by Poirier.
Confident young man.
Well, we learned Josh Grispy can take it. That's for sure. He's taken a tremendous amount of punishment in these 3 rounds. And there's another nice knee. And Grispy has a hold of his knee now and wants to try to get Poirier down, and he does. Now let's see what we got. We got Grispy with Poirier on his back. Grispy trying to turn the corner and pass the guard, pushing down on the right thigh, trying to step over and get into side control. Poirier trying to stop it. Grispy into half guard here. He's got his right leg trapped in between the 2 legs of Poirier. Would like to get that free to try to submit him. There are a few submissions from this position, especially the Kimura. Note the left arm of Poirier, the one he's got wrapped around Josh Grispy's neck. If he can keep that arm, hold on to it, that's really the only submission he can try to get a hold of here in half guard. Other than that, there's a guillotine, Americana. Let's see if he can get out of this spot here. He's got to get that left leg free. He's trying to step over it, but no, Poirier puts him in full guard now. Better position for Poirier. Josh Grispy trying to sneak out to the left side, the side that has the butterfly hooks, which is Poirier's right leg. That butterfly hook is, he's trying to elevate his weight, and he stepped over it. Now he's got to press down on the knee. It's just a little bit of too little too late here. He's really got to do something dramatic. And he can't be patient here. He's got to move at a very, very fast pace. He's got just a bit over a minute to go. And in my opinion, and I think you probably agree, he's got to submit him here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, if somehow or another the judges have scored those rounds for, I don't even want to say it. No, don't. Okay, here he is. Moves into side control. Beautiful.
50
Keep us
seconds.
from talking about the judging.
Poirier, Grispy, final minute of this fight.
And Grispy, he's got to try to do something here. He's got his arm wrapped under the neck. There's a submission here. Oh, nope. Poirier popped right out of it. Back into full guard. 30 seconds to go. Josh Grispy back at stage 1. He's got to pass again and try one more time. Poirier basically just holding on here. When we see where Poirier is weaker, he's definitely weaker off of his back. Much, much stronger in the stand-up position and in the top position.
Well, Poirier thought he could expose some holes in Grispy's game, and he has absolutely done that tonight here in Las Vegas.
Absolutely. Tremendous performance by Dustin Poirier.
We will go to the judges' scorecards as this fight goes the distance.
Look at Dustin Poirier just pouring it on. This was really the significant advantage that he had in this fight, Mike, was in the stand-up. In his kicks and his punches, beautiful inside leg kicks. And here, right here, you see Josh Crispy came real close to a triangle. Almost locked it up. Poirier slammed him out of it, past the guard, landed some grounded pound. And here's some nasty, dirty boxing here by Poirier.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
Hard work, baby.
Huge victory tonight for Dustin Poirier.
Here we go.
Max Holloway, Pat Schilling. And we are underway. It's Holloway wearing the light blue with white, straight white for Pat Schilling. Max Holloway, just 20 years old, throws so many different things at you, flying knees, kicks, elbows. He was actually brought in by Jeremy Stevens to simulate Anthony Pettis prior to that lightweight fight. Holloway, just 20 years old, but certainly has some pretty good chops as far as his striking game is concerned.
Yeah, and he's got that striking style of an Anthony Pettis, very dynamic, very athletic, and very tall for a featherweight. Schilling is in on a single leg.
Don't grab the fence.
Almost went for a lift there, almost finished it. Still on the single. Now trying to switch to a double up against the cage. He may have locked hands here. Holloway showing some very strong hips. That overhook is saving him as well. And now Schilling switches to the single again, trying to run the pipe, and he does. Holloway right back to his feet.
So got to feel good for Max Holloway early against the former collegiate wrestler Pat Schilling. He knew he was going to have to thwart the takedown and try to keep things upright. So far, so good.
Nice body kick from Max Holloway. Schilling's doing a very good job of mixing his striking with his wrestling, though. He's doing a good job of entering in on the leg, but Holloway is a kid you really don't want to strike with for too long. Very relaxed, very fluid is Max Holloway. Big uppercut, he missed it. Schilling did a great job of trying to enter, and he rolls into a sneaky little knee bar there.
Stand up. Here we go.
Nice attack from Schilling.
Fight.
Holloway's UFC debut earlier this year against Dustin Poirier. It didn't last very long, but he certainly wasn't intimidated and did have some moments there before being submitted by one of the consensus best 145-pounders in the world.
Yeah, and a lot of fighters would have tapped a lot earlier than Max Holloway. Just a nasty submission from Poirier, but Holloway's looking pretty sharp so far, not really allowing Schilling to take advantage of any of those grappling opportunities. And that's very impressive because Schilling is a very good wrestler, and a nice little spinning back fist from Schilling to mix things up. Nice right hand from Holloway, and look at that footwork, John. Brings it right back to the center of the cage. Beautiful stuff. Very crisp.
Holloway stringing a combination together there as we go under 2 minutes in the first round.
He's beating up that body there, John. That left hook to the liver. That's slowing Schilling down now as well. You can see it. His hands are dropping, and that's because of the body shots.
A little flat-footed as well as Pat Schilling here. Schilling, with a new personal trainer for this fight, says he's made huge leaps in terms of his overall strength. Just got to think he needs to try to get Holloway down. That is where he's going to win this fight.
Such an important aspect of the fight game. Strength and conditioning. But so far, really, he's slowed down in this first round. I think it really has a lot to do with that. Those couple of body shots that Holloway hit. It doesn't matter how good a shape you're in. If you get hit to the body just right, you're going down. It's going to slow you down.
And once again, it's Holloway getting the better of the exchange.
He's hurt from that body shot again. He took another body shot there, but not sure Holloway's aware of that. Big kick from Holloway.
Follows up with a knee that nearly found the target. All right, so Max Holloway getting some things done in the opening 5 minutes, round 2. After this.
Good job.
And we'll see how phased Schilling is by that body shot. Got, of course, the 1 minute in between rounds to try to recover a little bit more.
And we got to talk about that beautiful knee bar attack that Schilling ended that round with. Really had it very, very tight. And Holloway was lucky to get away with that first round. A few more seconds, that could have been a locked out knee bar.
Yeah. You see Holloway has the jab going, tries to spin into a strike.
Schilling doing a great job of getting in on the leg. He just can't quite finish. The length, the size, the weight of Holloway is giving him trouble here. And as Holloway trying to look for that tie clinch, very difficult to do up when your back is up against the fence. But that underhook saved him. Very nice stuff from Max Holloway. That kind of exchange is the kind of stuff that's going to break a fighter. You know, when you've done so well to get in on the single repeatedly and you can't take a guy like that down, you're getting outstruck on the feet, that's gotta break his will.
And energy expenditure's a factor there as well.
No doubt.
Really going to be interesting to see Max Holloway's progression here too as he fills out again. He was born in 1991. I don't know how old that makes you feel at home, but certainly makes us feel like seniors.
Yeah, he was a teenager last year. I mean, that's unbelievable. And look at his striking. I mean, so refined, looks like a veteran out there, staying composed. I just started training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at 19, 20 years old, so this kid's gonna be a beast. This is the new breed of fighter, and now Schilling is hurt.
Yeah, it was the strike behind that left ear, and Schilling is hurting for certain.
Right there, it looked like he didn't really want to get up. Holloway doing some serious damage here.
And Schilling just very stationary here with 3 minutes to go in the second round.
He's hurt. Now Holloway's taking advantage of this. Landed very nice uppercuts there, John, from that clinch. Schilling's got to circle away from that cage. Showing some toughness and durability here, but
yeah, those body shots just changed the complete momentum and complexion of this fight, and Pat Schilling having a real hard time recovering. Eats another big body shot there, and Holloway follows suit with 2 more. You can hear those.
And those are brutal. Those are right in front of us. And now Holloway has his range completely, has his rhythm. And it's going to be tough to overwhelm. Those body shots, Mike, look at that. Just killing the body, John.
And Schilling has to shoot. He does.
He's down from the body shots. There he is. I mean, his legs, he's not in a guard position. He's hurt.
We show you the body strikes. Schilling has absorbed 13 and counting.
At this point, what Holloway should do, instead of keep going to the body, we know the body's hurt, start going upstairs, start working some kicks upstairs, try to take Schilling out.
But certainly Holloway staying composed. He's not going to jump on the ground and into Schilling's guard and risk being submitted. If he can stay upright, the fight's his.
This is true, and that's the risk of going to the body with a kick, is it can get caught, get taken down off of it. He should either go low and back him up with a leg kick or go upstairs with a high kick. Those are going to be much harder to counter. Schilling doing everything possible, though. He's trying to bring it to the grappling range, but just isn't able to.
And on the heels of the best training camp of his career, it just underscores how devastating those body shots have been. He has very little left.
It changes everything, John. Oh, there's another one. And now look at the hands drop, John. This is where you go upstairs, and this could be really dangerous for Pat Schilling.
Got to appreciate the heart of Pat Schilling at the very least, still trying to kick to the outside and pursuing that takedown.
No doubt. You know he's hurt to the body, but he's still trying to make it a fight. He's trying to bring it to the grappling range. He's trying to take him down. He's throwing shots back. But Holloway now is just really in complete control here in the second round. Nice spinning back fist from Schilling.
So Schilling trying to mix it up here late, but round two, all Max Holloway here in Las Vegas. Back here on the Ultimate Fighter finale live on FX, you heard the Pat Schilling corner, or at least we did in between rounds. Schilling mentioned something's wrong with his right shoulder, so he is certainly compromised here as we start the third.
Yeah, it looks like it happened off that single when Holloway was sprawling. It's usually where it happens, on that shoulder injury. That right shoulder is in trouble, and that's only gonna add to the problems that he's experiencing on the feet against Max Holloway. Just threw about 8 jabs.
And once again, it's Holloway continuing to pepper that right side, but Schilling comes forward with a big right.
Schilling threw a very nice right cross right down the pipe. His corner is telling him, you gotta throw big shots off of his shots, trying to get some respect.
Thanks.
Certainly doesn't have the comfort level or the fluidity that Holloway does, but a well-placed, powerful shot can definitely get your respect back and frees up your opponent a little bit.
And you gotta like the poise too of Max Holloway. He's being very patient here. You know, the finish could materialize at any moment, but he's making sure to maintain what would appear to be a decision win if it goes the distance.
And beautiful reaction as well from Holloway. Just really not allowing Schilling to get in on that leg. He's really getting it at a nice low level, which is going to give him an advantage for stopping the entries of Pat Schilling. And he just looked very sharp. Came back strong after his last fight and definitely has some more tricks and very, very confident, but he's got to be careful from Schilling because Schilling is still very, very dangerous.
And giving Holloway a little bit of a taste of his own medicine with that spinning stuff. Of course, those strikes haven't been all that significant for Pat Schilling. And Holloway's pace, I guess, has slowed a little bit. Part of that, well, he picks it up there. But part of that could be trying to balance risk and reward.
Yeah, he's doing everything right at this point. Little Ali stutter step from Holloway.
And he has employed the jab with great effectiveness here tonight.
He's such a tall featherweight. I mean, he's going to give anybody trouble.
And again, 20 years old, Kenny. I mean, there's some filling out to be done.
Definitely. We could see him at lightweight in the future. I mean, definitely still very young, has some growing to do.
Might challenge your record for competing in 4 UFC divisions. We show you these significant strikes, and that tells the story of the fight. Holloway 107-39 for Pat Schilling. Oof.
Almost went upstairs with that, or did go upstairs, but missed that front kick. Very impressed with his variety, John, his speed. And everything's coming off of his footwork and his feints. Real pretty stuff from Max Holloway.
Again, you see for Schilling sort of telegraphing that takedown, just hard to get a lot behind it given the punishment he's absorbed up to this point.
Yeah, he just cannot find his range. And it's that jab that's really throwing him off now. Holloway started off this round with that jab, and it's thrown off Schilling's range completely.
And you just see the comfort level for Max Holloway. The power shot there for Schilling.
He's gonna finish it here. If he's able to get inside of that guard. He decides not to, but Schilling was in big trouble there. Decides to be a little bit more safe and stand out of the guard, and probably smart here.
Got to. And clearly that was a big part of the game plan.
Limp legs out of that single leg, and Holloway goes back to stalking his prey here. Schilling has been taking a lot of shots. His nose is bleeding now. Got to be impressed with his heart, and Holloway was trying to do a little Anthony Pettis cage kick here.
Yeah, at one point in time, charged with simulating Pettis in training for Jeremy Stephens.
Looked like he was going for a off the cage spinning back kick.
And now it is vintage Max Holloway putting the combinations together. Only a matter of time before that face of Pat Schilling would be opened up.
Man, Schilling is showing a lot of heart. Wow.
Good job, guys. Both of you guys. Good job.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Max Blessed Holloway.
So here's Little Rubber, Bohashinya, making his UFC debut against Gareth McClellan, and immediately Bohashinya, wearing the white trunks, kicks the body of McClellan, McClellan in green. Southpaw versus the orthodox fighter here.
And Bohashinya was taunting him. While they were announcing his names, he was pointing to McClellan, telling him, this is my octagon. Nice body shot there from Bohashinya. Oh, huge right hand.
After the head kick appeared to land for Bohashinya, furious pace here early, looks like a cut around the forehead area of Gareth McClellan.
Bohashinya doing a nice job maximizing his 4-inch reach advantage here, although he eats a right hand there from McClellan. When he has McClellan against the fence here, watch, he's not crowding him. He's got a 4-inch reach advantage, he's maximizing it now. Excellent work here from Bohashinya.
Now goes back to the head kick, little stumble there from McClellan up against the fence. What a pace being set in the early going by Bohashinya. McClellan just out of range with the uppercut, did appear to land the right hand though prior.
Big mistake not getting his back off the fence. He's got to get away from the fence where he's crowded there. There's nowhere to retreat from these body kicks and these long right hands.
Oh, I think McClellan's hurt here. Down goes McClellan. Paulo Costa lighting up the masses in Fortaleza. Wow, what a way to get the night started, and what a way to make an impression on UFC fans around the world. Nine 9-0 with 9 first-round finishes.
Excellent body kick, and almost just freezes McClellan there, but notice he doesn't crowd him. He maximizes his reach, and once he saw him hurt, hammered him down. Excellent performance. This is what Bohashinya did to his opposition prior to coming to the UFC. I wondered how he'd do against stiffer competition. It was the same result. He ran right through him. Excellent performance, good technique, smooth striking, much better than what we saw when he was on the Ultimate Fighter Brazil.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at the official time. 1 minute, 17 seconds. Round number 1. We have your winner by TKO victory and still undefeated, Paulo Bohashinya.
This fight clock is brought to you by Modelo. Dikidiko in green, Kopylov in red. Kopylov told me that he's expecting a striking fight with many sharp exchanges.
Well, I love watching Dikidiko fight. You know, it's kill or be killed. You know, live by the sword, die by the sword type thing. And he's just mean. You know, and I was standing in the elevator with him the other day, and he was mean then as well. I said hi to him. He looked at me like he wanted to headbutt me. You know, I was like, hey, I get it. You switched on, you're fighting in a couple of days. I love it. That's what I want to see. And as you said, Paul, that head kick knockout that he had over Joaquin Buckley, who's up next, by the way. I mean, what a sensational victory that was. Probably his best so far inside the octagon.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was incredible. Nice check hook by Dikirico. He's had a lot of challenges over the last few years with the situation in Italy and his training. But everything seems to have been more aligned these days. Training a little bit with Marvin Vettori in Rome and Gegard Mousasi as well. Southpaw versus orthodox. Kopylov does have a good head kick, as we found out against Jurayev.
You can see Dikirico is sitting back. He's playing the patience game, looking to counter big time as Kopylov comes in with these big strikes. He's looking to sit back, just get out of the way of them and crack back.
Yeah, and several times now he's looked for that head kick. Because when you land it and your opponent falls down and goes to sleep, it feels good. You want that feeling again. But you can't be predictable with it, though. Can't throw it too much.
I think Kopylov's problem, and correct me if I'm wrong, gents, is that he's just been a bit outstruck in fights. So he's been working on that volume, trying to get that going a bit better.
100%. That's one of the notes that I have. You know, essentially, he just doesn't have enough output, you know, and allows the fight to fall from his grasp. There's a nice jab, though.
Yeah, he's showing some good speed so far. He's just got to watch because Dikirico is baiting him in.
Interesting to see whether Kopylov does look to wrestle, seeing he's out in Dagestan at the moment, in that wrestling room. Interestingly, two-time Olympic wrestling champ Sadulayev Abdul Rashid is in that room as well, as guys like Arman Petrosian who are in the UFC.
Well, it's certainly a path to victory for him. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dikirico is a mixed martial artist, so he can grapple as well. But he's more of a striker, you know, and for Kopylov, you're going to mix things up, keep him guessing. Just the thought of trying the takedown may confuse him and open up the strikes. A nice left body kick there for Kopylov. There's a sharp jab. This is what he needs, more of this.
I like that body kick from that southpaw stance. And Dikirico's loading up every now and then on that big right hand. If he could slide under that elbow, tap that liver.
Oh, nice.
Snuffles him.
I mean, the speed of Kopylov, when he lets it go, I know I sound like a broken record now. It's really good. It's just not enough. Stepping elbow, way out of range.
Some good redness on that lead calf of Alessio as well. Kopylov has just been patient with touching it.
And Dikirico is winding up.
Oh, he's really trying to get a big shot off.
There's like a nice screw jab by Kopylov. Comes with a left kick there. He's finding the mark. You see the damage on the face of Dikirico.
Four-time world champion in hand-to-hand combat is Roman Kopylov. Alessio Dikirico came through the IMAF program, I believe, the amateur mixed martial arts scene. Oh, flying knee. Good catch, though, by Dikirico.
And it's Dikirico not with the takedown. Came close, though.
Yeah, good defense there from Kopylov.
Still with it. It's not over. But the round
10
is.
seconds. We'll be back with round number 2 after these.
What's it you're talking about?
Well, I'll be listening to see if you say nice things about Michael and I.
UFC Roundup? We talk sandwiches, too, on that show.
Ooh,
don't miss it.
Kill a good sandwich.
Yeah, Michael, we have to bring you in, and we can just talk sandwiches.
Well, I'm offended I haven't been asked before.
That's
now,
you
to
know
be
what?
Quite frank.
I'm disgraced at Michael Ricci, who's our producer for that show. And now we just asked you officially, so you'll be getting a call from our people.
Can we change it from sandwiches to knuckle sandwiches?
Hey, we got plenty going on right here in this matchup.
Yeah, Dikirico came out looking fired up. Long combination, but nothing really landed at the start of the round.
And the Italian fans were singing during the time the guys were on the stool as well, so he'd have felt that. He's going to need them as well in this one. It's a tight contest. Oh, nice rip to the body from Kopylov.
Yeah, Kopylov doing a good job just getting out of the way of these big shots that Dikirigo's trying to land.
Yeah, like that knee. That knee was just a couple of inches away. Oh, nice 1-2 for Kopylov.
Yeah, Kopylov leaving that evidence on the face of Dikirigo that he's been at work.
Starting nicely with the jab, right? I mean, do we agree? That's what he said. Look, he's starting everything with a nice snappy jab, and then he loads up the combination behind it. So you have to address that first.
And there's that takedown defense from Dagestan.
Yeah, looking sharp. He's frustrating Alessio.
Yeah, because Alessio's putting a lot of, he's exerting a lot of energy trying to get those takedowns. When you don't get it, it's demoralizing, and you start to second guess, like, what can I do? What is going to find success? That's it. He's a striker first.
Now they're exchanging. Oh. Both guys landed. Some of these guys, I'm telling you, I think they're feeling the heat inside of this octagon tonight. It'll wear you out.
It is very, very hot in here. Very hot.
Little damage to Kopylov's nose, which clearly has been forged. Its shape has been forged in battle.
Yeah, obviously you can tell.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a distinguished club he's a part of.
He's definitely been cracked in the face a few times.
That right hand is free of Alessio. If he can start throwing some uppercuts, now Kopylov's got a good grip on it. Still looking for the takedown, but this takedown defense, Kopylov's got to be happy so far with how he's been able to stay up on his feet. Even like we talked about, he may not want to use it offensively. He may have gone there just so he can really sharpen all of the defensive skills up.
Well, listen, when you're in a training room like that and you've got solid wrestlers, you know, the caliber that you understand, trying to take you down every day, you're going to get better at defending. Simple as that.
That body shot had to have hurt a little bit. Good poker face from Dikirigo, but man.
You can see where it's landing. It's picture perfect.
And that's, I think, 2 or 3 that Kopylov has landed solid in this fight so far.
This guy's a thrower. Let's see what happens. That may lets him back up. Interesting.
Ooh, the body kick's money.
Yeah, and he's investing in it very well.
There's a nice knee. That was a good way to mix it up.
Oh, he's following it up. Dikirigo looking to double down on his work. 45 seconds left in round 2.
I think Kopylov's got to eventually go back to that liver kick. We just saw in our ISO the replay. It was a little high on the ribs, which I'm sure did plenty of damage. But if that's just a couple inches lower, that could be a fight ender, because that would have been all liver.
And it's a classic kick. Southpaw versus orthodox.
It's the worst, right?
It really is.
Well, nothing ruins your day in a training session more than just a perfectly timed liver kick. Well, maybe get knocked out as well, but I'd say the liver's almost worse.
Looks like we're going to get to round number 3. Some fatigue setting in now for Kopylov. We'll be back after the break. Third and final round here between these two battling middleweights.
There's a couple of nice shots for Dikirigo.
He came on strong at the end of round 2. He's picked up where he left off.
And his corner wants him to kick.
Oh, they want him to kick. That is all they said. Kick him in the body, kick him in the body, kick him in the body, and then kick him in the head. Kick, hard, often. And he comes out and punches. You know, it's easier said than done.
Of course, yeah, but you're right.
Throwing punches is a lot less tiring than throwing kicks or flying knees.
There's no doubt about that.
Oh, that's what they're talking about.
He was a little lower on that one. Kopylov listened to his corner.
Yep.
Oh, man, sharp 1-2. Oh, Kopylov.
There's another rally of punches.
combination.
That was very tidy work.
That's the performance after the setbacks that Kopylov has had, switching training up, really dedicating himself and coming out here and letting it go in a third round in a tough fight so far to go and put away a tough guy like Dikiriko. That was money. He's really started, these body kicks have really been getting under the elbow of Dikiriko, and then he just starts lightning fast with these hands, and Dikiriko drops his hands, makes a big mistake, and Kopylov wastes no time, takes full advantage of it. That kick doesn't do much other than hit the arm, but look at the speed. Left hook, boom, boom, 3-4 punch combinations all over the chin, and he slides in almost Derek Lewis style, but not in victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Rich Mitchell's called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 9 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by knockout, Roman Kopylov.
A Chicago kid's dream to fight in this building, and that dream realized for Mike Santiago here tonight. He is out of the southpaw stance in gray. Dan Ige is in black.
Oh! Ige coming out strong.
That's exactly where you don't want to be.
On top, Ige has a crushing top game too. Look at this mount, transition to the back, hammer fists, gets the hand under the chin.
If he can get that all the way under, this might be done right now. He's really holding on to that hand.
Strong control and power here by Ige. Just out of the gates. Oh, he's got that left arm under the chin. Oh!
Back of his head, keep it clean.
Punishing left hand, warning from Kevin McDonald to avoid the back of the head.
Well, he's doing a great job in doing that. He's not hitting any shots to the back of the head.
He might finish
it.
That's it.
Dynamite Dan Ige!
Fantastic.
How's that for your first UFC win? He came in a man on a mission. The finish comes very early.
How do you take a crowd out of a fight like that? He took this very, very pro Santiago crowd out of it immediately with his aggression.
Look, you see this right hand? He immediately looked for the clinch, hits him with the left hand, and then whoop, that's when he shoots in, tags him one more time, gets a hold of him, gets him to the ground, completely controls position. Look, he's got the triangle locked in the body, pounding on him. When he can't get the choke, goes back to the back mount, hits him with some big shots over and over and over again. And all these illegal shots, perfectly placed, gets the stoppage. Outstanding performance by Dan Ige.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Kevin McDonald has called a stop to this contest at 50 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO Dynamite Dan Ige.
Ateba Gautier, a minus 470 betting favorite at close for his UFC debut. He's in black.
Oh man, what a jab.
Nice inside leg kick by Gautier.
Oh. I mean, you got to be on high alert with this guy.
Already the jab is backing up Medina a bit. He's going to be game, though. I mean, that is...
Yeah,
Medina is cut from leather.
Yeah, he's about as tough as I've ever seen someone, man. He was hurt so bad in the Reese fight. Never gave up on himself and kept fighting.
Good right hand by Gautier, and the book on Gautier in terms of the takedown defense. First phase of entry is pretty good, but if you're chain wrestling against him, that part of his game can be tested.
Well, it takes time, right? You get these guys that possess that level of power, and it takes time for them to pick up on the wrestling because they want to do everything but wrestle. Oh! Uppercut.
That got Medina's attention.
That was a nice switch up.
Gautier had so many incredible things to say about his training partner and friend, Lerone Murphy, who he considers sort of the big brother. And he said, if I can channel my focus, I can maybe be as great as Lerone, who, of course, puts his undefeated record on the line next weekend in a main event with Josh Emmett.
And being completely honest, I said the last time I saw somebody was like Francis, but this guy's much more tuned in. Yeah, much more refined already, right? Because he doesn't rush and just throw punches to rely on the power. He takes his time, sets things up. He's got great eyes.
Gautier's got a big family of brothers back in his native Cameroon, protecting their mother while he chases this UFC dream.
Gautier said, if you don't fight in Cameroon, you're going to be somebody's bad word.
Yeah.
He said, if you ain't fighting, they gonna treat you like that. Oh! That got, I mean, this dude don't care, man. Medina's like,
He
ain't
does
that
not.
don't hurt.
He's gonna eat it until he can't.
Well, you're gonna have to shut the lights off on Medina. He is not gonna give up on himself. That's a nice jab by Medina.
Oh, I love how he controlled that lead hand of Medina. Step in with the knee.
Medina just eats that, man.
Man.
I love this approach from Gautier, though. I mean, he is already much more calculated. I mean, composed.
Generally, when you have that type of power,
You just want to use it.
Yeah, you do.
Not that I would know, but I can imagine.
Oh, man.
Hey, my man got to keep his chin down, Medina. He's got to keep his chin down a little bit when they get close. And he's got to throw something with a little bit of, like, I'm going to hurt you.
Oh, the sound.
Yeah, Medina's, no, he's hurt. He's hurt.
Yeah. Oh!
Medina's hurt.
Oh, huge knee! That will do it! Ateba Gautier, welcome to the big show!
Yeah, you could tell he was hurt. Come get me out. You could tell he was hurt.
Oh, my gosh.
He went and found that knee. That was nasty.
That's about as wide-eyed as I've seen our matchmaker, Mick Maynard. Ateba Gautier doing what a lot of people thought he was going to come in here and do tonight, but man, with style points, that was sensational.
Left hook cracks Medina, right hand over the top, and then like you said, DC, Medina, that's his reaction. You know, come bring it. That's how you know that you've affected them. 1, 2, glancing blows, grabs the head, and then flush knee to the face.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Raul Parata has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 32 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Ateba, the silent assassin, Gautier.
Sopai is in white, Oliveira is in yellow.
23 years old for Sopai, and I'm telling you, world-class skills.
When Sopai's like born, we're just about finishing college. It's like we're done. Like
man.
You are no more a kid. This kid's just getting born.
Sopai made his pro debut at 15. It was an amateur fight and then his pro debut on the same night.
Oliveira clearly the bigger man, and we've seen the power on display before on the Contender Series. That disgusting left hook that he landed, a brutal knockout. Now for me, it looks like Sopai might be a little bit nervous here because I've seen him in the past and a little looser. Of course, he's in the UFC. He's got a dangerous opponent. The octagon jitters was the term they used to use.
Well, and we talked to someone recently that openly admitted it. He goes, man, the lights got me.
Yep.
This Oliveira looks like a featherweight.
Looks huge.
It's massive. There's a nice inside low kick though for Sopai.
And Sopai looks like he can go down.
Oh,
yes.
And this is the thing, Sopai's got crazy power though, let me tell you. So it's on both sides, the knockout ability.
We talked to Vinicius Oliveira about being UFC ready years ago, right? He had a match with Ray Borg in 2021. Borg got COVID. Had he had that fight and won it, might have been here 3 years ago. Dana White also acknowledging Oliveira's readiness on the Contender Series last year.
Those outside leg kicks are very important to the game of Oliveira, and it will go long ways in slowing Sopai down.
Pressure! Fire!
Singular attacks from Oliveira, for the most part. Some combinations would be nice.
Oh,
made a mistake.
Sopai gets a takedown now. He's got that far side underhook.
All right, let's have a look at the grip.
Completely have the half guard.
Nicely done by Oliveira. Thinking about a heel hook. Sopai's going to pull out. He's got to be careful of the inverted one, though.
If you're Sopai, you want to try to step over the top of that left leg and smash his hips down.
This is a good position for Sopai, though. He's got that right arm underhook, so he's in control.
Good job, bicep control.
Full guard.
This is great position. 2 minutes to work, Bernardo.
And you hear the Sopai corner telling them, great position to work. And that position was granted because of a mistake by Oliveira rushing as Sopai lands a nice elbow.
That is
over
the
top.
voice of Karate Combat's Asim Zaidi. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Asim Zaidi.
Asim Zaidi. Of course you know.
Hey, bro,
President
I
Awesome.
listened. I literally let John say every name before I even attempt to say it.
Make a fool out of me, John.
I was going to say Sopaj.
Sopaj.
Hey, get the gambler's perspective, fellas, by checking out UFC on the Line. Exclusively on Fight Pass, the team gives you all the best bets for tonight's cards. You can check it out now, only on UFC Fight Pass.
Screaming over your promo, Joe. But we got big action. Massive head kick, then a counter from Oliveira. It's ridiculous, the skill level on these young men coming to the UFC now.
And you heard him say that Oliveira's tired. Now, John, that's one of the things when you're this big for a weight class, right? You are ballooning up and down in weight.
Yeah.
Well, the weight cuts, the longer the fight goes, that's going to affect your gas tank. There's a good takedown.
Oh, right to the mount.
Straight into the mount. What can he do with 40 seconds left? He can land the big shot.
Sopaj is fighting a really good first round.
Well, and as we mentioned, he was in training camp, even though this fight materialized pretty quickly. March 9th, he was to be competing.
30 seconds. Let's take his energy this round.
And you can hear the Sopai corner, calling for some energy exertion.
Yep. As I said, last night I was watching tape on him, and I was like, I was blown away.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I was watching film on him when he was like 19, just fainting like a 20-year veteran, man. High-level first round as expected, and a late right hand from Sopai.
Nice. On the way.
Oh, look at that. Fantastic work from Sopai. Oliveira in on the reap, about to get a trip, spins him round, uses his own momentum. That's why they call jiu-jitsu the gentle art, DC.
Yeah,
you use your opponent's energy against them.
Well, he did that jiu-jitsu. Well, Oliveira was doing jiu-jitsu and Sopai was wrestling. And you know what wrestling does to jiu-jitsu? He just reversed the position.
Well,
great job there by Sopai.
That was a jiu-jitsu move as well, buddy.
Oh, so wait, wrestling moves and jiu-jitsu moves are the same?
That's called an Osoto Gari. That is Japanese terminology for a major outer reap.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
around thousands of years ago, DC, before your little singlets were even invented.
Mikey, so they took our move. Wow.
Yeah.
You guys have no shame.
You turn a hip throw.
Oh, look here. He's got it flattened out. Oh, my goodness.
Not at all a good spot for Vinicius Oliveira, trying to be desperate here. But he was wearing it at the end of round one as he made his way back to the stool. And Sopai off to an outstanding start here, 90 seconds into round two.
You see him grabbing that under wrist, John. That's so important whenever they turn to their knees, collecting the wrist on the far side. Now he's got to get back behind the arms and flatten them out. Oh, yep. This is
I
even
tell you
worse.
what, this is going to be close. It's close to being finished, should I say. Oliveira's going to kick on the fence here to try and generate a little bit of space. Now he gives up the back again.
You know what's nice about Sopai and the way that he's grappling? He fights nothing. If you want to turn left, he allows you. He just goes to the next position. You turn right, he follows you. He doesn't fight your movements on the bottom. He just takes what you give him, and now he's back on the back again.
Yeah, he's riding him like a bull. And not Dana White, not Twisted Steel. He's riding it like a passive bull. And he's about to finish it. I mean, this is sheer dominance.
I was gonna say that, Mikey. When we were talking to these two, I didn't envision this fight playing out like this. It has been dominance by Sopai. Outside of the early round, where Oliveira got started with some good kicks, Sopai has done a great job.
Right now, next time Sopai flattens him out, he just needs to rain down blows. The visual is terrible right now. If he flattens him out and just goes to work, a succession of blows, the referee will stop this fight.
Well, this is a good ref. You know, like...
Well, if someone's face down, getting cracked in the face...
Oh, but look, he's got a rear choke here.
Keith Peterson is one of the best.
Yes, but not according to our friend.
He doesn't make mistakes.
Oh, God. Oh, good job by Oliveira reversing the position there.
But this is good. I want to see what Sopai's got off his back.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Insane. Just when you think, just when you thought this fight was over, Oliveira with the comeback.
So Vinicius Oliveira showing some heart here, turning Sopai on the defensive in front of his corner late round 2.
Almost had the mount there. This is a massive change of events. Drags him back down.
Nah, he's gonna get reversed, I think. Nope, he went back to his back. Sopai could have switched there. Oliveira's throwing with some real power.
Oh, they're massive. Heavy shots.
Oh, my goodness. Look at how he throws the legs off to the side, Mike.
Oh, Sopai is not reacting well.
Arm triangle, arm triangle.
That's locked in for the moment. He's going to jump over to the other side. Sopai's out of it, out of danger.
Oh, nice elbow got through for Vinicius Oliveira.
This is a big rally from Oliveira, though. How tired is he going to be if it makes it to the end of the round?
Sopai has to hope he gets to the end of the round with the way Oliveira is throwing those big shots.
Oh, beautiful body kick from the Brazilian.
Yeah, Oliveira's going to be tired after this.
Nice left.
Sopai able to land a nice shot there, but a tremendous response from the Brazilian after a forgettable start to the round. And we will skate. Late head kick.
Almost done.
We'll keep it right here.
And now we get to see what Sopai's made of internally. We know he's got the skills, but has he got the heart to fight back? It's crazy because at the start of that round, or halfway through it, Sopai had almost finished Oliveira, and then it's completely changed. He was lucky to make it out of the round.
Look at what it's done for Oliveira, though, in terms of his body language, his approach. He seems like the fresher fighter now. Sopai needs to get a takedown.
Yep.
ASAP.
And what a great job by Selman Berisha in the corner of Bernardo Sopai, trying to center his 23-year-old student after a forgettable close to round 2. Anybody's fight, just over 4 minutes to decide it.
I mean, this is a fantastic fight. Both of these men are going to have a bright future.
I thought you were going to say they'll need Motrin in the morning.
Oh,
Yes, they will.
I think they may need that as well.
Oliveira has certainly regained his composure.
This could be over soon. Yeah, Sopai's really hurt.
Oliveira's just throwing kicks from everywhere. Sopai's not handling all the pressure well because Oliveira's a bit wild and reckless. Sopai wants to be a little cleaner.
And I'll tell you what, considering that Oliveira looked really tired in round 1, he's still pushing a good pace here.
Oh, man, those outside kicks are nasty.
Sopai just looks mentally defeated.
Yeah.
He looks, you know, like he wants to be out of there.
Oliveira attacking all levels. Beautiful body kick, and now up top.
Oliveira is throwing for the fences. Sopai needs to level change right now. Try to push him to the octagon side and get a takedown.
Every single shot, swinging. And I think that's cost him now. He's going to slow down a little bit. Seems a bit tired. Now is Sopai going to come back into it? Can he dig deep? Because so far, Sopai hasn't really done much this round.
Oh, beautiful combination by Oliveira as he continues to advance with hands down.
Oliveira just overthrows. Then he goes, you know what? I'm out of position. I'm just going to throw again.
Yep.
And then if he's still out of position, he throws a kick. He is such a fun fighter.
Oh, man. These are big shots. Sopai's got a chin, but 2 minutes. I don't know if he can take much more.
And Oliveira continues to invest in the body. Now goes, oh, that's a big right hand.
Calf kick hurting him as well.
Well, no denying the heart, the toughness of really both of these athletes, but Sopai really having to dig deep to stay in this fight late.
Yeah, Sopai, he's only 23 years old. Oh! He's taking a licking right now, though.
Well, it's his reactions. Every time he gets hit, he flops and flies all around the octagon. That is such a bad visual, and that lead leg is beat up. You hear Coach Michael yelling, get your hands up. His hands are down in range right there. Yeah, he's got to get his hands up.
Oliveira is just looking for that highlight reel knockout. That's what he wants. He wants to put this man to sleep. Sopai's going to get those hands up, though. I mean, he's still in this, but they're heavy shots. He's kind of reckless. At this point, you're so tired, you've got to have a solid defense. You haven't got the speed, the reaction, or the energy to move out the way. So therefore, bring the hands up.
Oliveira stopping to have a conversation with his coaches. Perhaps they call for the takedown. Well, a lot of animosity between these two athletes this week, but gotta think they have earned each other's respect over these 15 minutes. Under 30 seconds to go. We'll see what Sopai has left.
Sopai's done.
Oh my God!
Vinicius Oliveira ends it with a flying knee.
Oh my goodness.
That was nasty.
Dog.
Wow.
Vinicius Oliveira has arrived as they attend to Bernardo Sopai. What a fight at the Apex this afternoon. Wow.
This is the end of the round. Chopping away with those calf kicks, doing big damage, swinging with everything, sees the opportunity, launches in the air, boom! Right on the chin. He's out.
That's crazy, man. But look, Sopai took so much damage, but look at him. He's limping and hopping to try to get away from his opponent. And again, Mike, his hands are down.
Yeah.
Oliveira just takes advantage of it and lands a beautiful double knee. That's a crazy knockout. One of the craziest ones we've seen in a long time.
All right, we're gonna listen to that knockout here.
I don't like this because, I mean, listen, that's the nature of the game.
Yeah.
Knockouts like this, he's got so much talent at 23 years old. This can change a fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes officially. 4 minutes, 41 seconds. Round number 3. We have your winner by way of knockout, Vinicius Oliveira.
Daniel Zellhuber's second UFC appearance. Got a degree in physical therapy. The next day, he hopped on a plane to Thailand to chase the dream of becoming a pro fighter. He's 12-1 and now enters against an experienced Lando Venata, who's in the green.
Zellhuber right away forward, behind the feints. He's a very technical kid, very tactical.
I mean, you can see the height advantage. 77-inch reach as well for Zellhuber compared to 71 for Lando. So that makes the game plan obvious. A lot of movement, a lot of head movement for Lando. Long-range attacks like the kicks there. We see him chopping away at the calf. But he's got to get on the inside.
Venata had success against Yancy Medeiros, who definitely had a height advantage on him back in 2020 when he fought in Rio Rancho, New Mexico. This is the first fight for Venata as he lands a big right, and they go in close with his new team at Team Elevation in Denver. Spent his full camp there.
Nice outside low kick there by Lando.
Yeah, very heavy. Oh, and a nice return by Zellhuber.
That was nice. Hard.
Yeah, good eyes. Hands first, please. There you go. Now midline. Anderson. Yes,
You see that? That was Eric Nixick in the corner of Zellhuber saying Anderson. Immediately front kick up the middle from Zellhuber.
Yeah, Anderson got that good front kick.
Constant stance switch for Vannata, who wants to stay out of range of those long weapons. Right hand into the clinch, trying to neutralize the distance.
Daniel's doing a really good job of punishing him when he gets in close with the knees. But when Lando enters, Lando always enters with his head moving, not on a straight line.
Lando landed a couple of nice shots there, though, when they came in close.
Yeah, he does a good job of moving his head, changing the angle before he attacks. It is packed in here early.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I was just looking around. The building is absolutely full.
Yeah.
Everybody's here.
It's crazy because last week in Miami it was empty early.
Apart from the VIP section. The VIP, you know,
they're too cool.
They're too cool for school. They drift in, you know, late.
In Miami, it was like a bit empty early, but by the end of it, rabid.
Oh, yeah.
So loud in there.
So I think Zellhuber is, you know, he's been pouring out that jab. I think he's expecting Lando. Oh, there's a nice double jab, though.
Exchanging. Zellhuber caught a little stutter step on the backup from Vannata.
Waiting for Lando to come in and he had that right hand. These are
huge knee from Zellhuber has Vannata crumbled and covered up. Zellhuber sets him the finish. Vannata moving on.
Herzog giving him
Herzog giving him every benefit of the doubt as Zellhuber continues to try to hammer away. Vannata surviving for the moment. Now he's covering up. This might be it.
He's getting up.
He's moving though. Every time he tells him to move, Lando moves.
Wow, heart of a lion for Lando Vannata.
To be fair, with Zellhuber, non-stop pressure. Got to be careful not to punch himself out as well.
Yes.
But they're just landing on the hand.
Yes.
Lando's very aware now. There was a time in that early flurry where it looked like he was done. But then he started to regather his composure, and now he's got that hand just across the face, not taking anything damaging.
He's going to swing that left arm, get an underhook on Zellhuber, and then try and stand up. Because even though...
If I'm Zellhuber, I might give him space.
Yeah.
I might give him some space.
Because, yeah, I was going to say, even though these are massive shots and predominantly they are all getting blocked, it's not a good visual.
No, it is.
Sometimes a referee will stop it because you're not engaging in a fight.
He'll test his knees a little bit, right? DC tests his legs, see how he's doing.
Well, Lando's doing a good job of controlling and not taking anything damaging, so give yourself a little space because it won't take many big ones for him to finish this fight. Like that.
Timed a huge one on his way up. Vannata back to his feet. He swung back. 30 seconds to last for Vannata in round one.
That was important that he got some respect back, though. He dipped under, rolled under that shot. Nice little check left hook. Lando switching stances now, but man, that was close.
Swelling below the right eye, but Vannata moving pretty well right now, considering.
Every time they said move, fighter, Lando moved just enough, got back up, showed the referee that he was still there.
That's right, reacting to what the referee's saying. So I'm clearly still here. I'm cognizant, I'm listening, I'm reacting, more importantly, defending.
Second round underway. Big first for the youngster Daniel Zellhuber from Mexico.
Yeah, tough opening round there for Lando, but he was pacing up and down at the start of the second round.
Oh, nice body shot there.
Like he was ready to go to work, but look at the crispness, the way Zellhuber throws. He's very, very talented. Raul Romero in the corner saying, we want double jabs, straight rights. Use the length, the reach, keep the shots straight.
Zellhuber looks like he can put that jab on him just about at will. 6-inch reach advantage really is playing a factor in this fight to this point. Even in that sequence where he chased the finish, the follow-up shot was a jab that hurt Lando.
Yeah, Lando trying, you know, but you see it's because of the reach advantage and the height advantage. He's just out of range the whole time because it's dangerous going in range, obviously.
He's trying to give him a whole bunch of looks, right? Mike, look at his head movement. Look at how he never stays steady.
Yeah, Lando's moving, he's switching stances, trying to overload him with data, trying to confuse him and set up, create an opening.
He's 23 years old, right? He's a 23-year-old. Lando
lands a big right.
Like that. That's what Lando's doing. He's setting traps, trying to build his reads off all that good head movement.
Staying out of range there as the double jab and cross from Zellhuber just out of range.
Zellhuber's got some real tight boxing, man.
Jorge Capetillo in the corner, respected boxing coach.
Oh, that's a nice shot, nice counter right by Lando Venata there. But again, Zellhuber just so calm. I mean, look at him, didn't affect him at all, fired back straight away. And even now exchanging kicks, always the last one to throw in every exchange.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, but he is not picking up on Lando's different attacks right now. Lando's landed some real clean shots here in the second round.
Yeah, Lando comes from weird angles, using nice entry uppercuts.
It's groovy, baby.
It's a groovy, baby.
It's a groove, baby.
There's the first shot of the fight from Venata, but he abandoned shortly after.
Not a bad idea.
Well, you heard the corner of Venata telling him now it's time to mix in some takedowns, give him something more to think about. That's exactly what he did. So even though he didn't get the takedown, very effective to show Zellhuber more things that he have to worry about.
The trade hooks that time. Final 2 minutes of round 2. Venata has some wrestling credentials in high school, and then he wrestled 1 semester at UT Chattanooga before abandoning, moved out to Albuquerque, start training at Jackson Wink, do the MMA thing. Served him well so far.
Well, he uses his strikes to set up his takedowns really well. And he's explosive when he does it. I mean, often you see people picked up high in the air and slammed down with authority. So he's fast, he's explosive, and he's skilled. That's a big left hook. But again, Zellhuber just takes it. And Zellhuber, 23 years old. I mean, this man has got a bright future ahead of him.
Long career.
A long frame as well.
Yeah.
You know how to use it at this weight class.
Well, he does. He does a good job of fighting long. Defensively is where I think Zellhuber has some growing to do.
See Lando though, constantly moving. Oh, that's nice.
Got him off his feet when Zellhuber threw a kick.
Yeah, Zellhuber stayed with it though, good balance. Back to his feet now. And that's going to give Zellhuber a lot of confidence to throw, because he knows Lando's looking for a takedown as well. And essentially he was taken down there, but managed to scramble and win that. So he's back on the feet, stalking him down.
That wasn't takedown or an attempt.
Well, he hit the deck.
He
caught the leg, he kicked the other leg out.
Final 10 seconds of round 2. Close round as we showed you the striking numbers after a big first frame for Daniel Zellhuber. And we'll take it into a third and final between these two 155ers.
Fast start from Lando.
You heard Eric Nitzik ask Zellhuber what he's going to do. Zellhuber goes, I'm going to execute him up. And right away you see him getting very active, right in the face of the wall.
Yeah, he's fired up looking for the finish. They're calling for the double jab right hand, but right now he's throwing anything he wants.
Very aggressive by Zellhuber.
Yeah, as you say, Nitzik got him all fired up.
He punched his way in the corner of Venata Venata's mouth guard is out. So there we go, he's trying to call to Jason Herzog. Venata's corner on the flip side, they wanted him to engage. We get a clinch, maybe take it to the mat.
They want him to fight, right? Zellhuber right now, the the visual is Zellhuber's just attacking. Lando's got to fight, get his respect back to make sure this kid isn't just walking him down.
Yeah, Zellhuber's having a lot of success in every range, to be honest. And so is Lando. Lando's landing good shots. Beautiful body shot a second ago. He's certainly had some good moments and combinations. But it's up to Lando to close the gap. It's up to Lando to probably get the finish here.
Well, Lando needs to win this round. I mean, second round, I think he did very well.
Yeah.
That first round could have been 10-8 Zellhuber.
I don't know about 10-8.
Dude, he beat him up. I mean, he had him hurt.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
He had him hurt very bad.
He did.
Sustained damage for a long time. Ref almost stopped the fight.
Yeah, you're right. Ref told him to move a few times, correct.
Very big round for Zellhuber. Lando's got to get this one.
You see Zellhuber, a little feints with the legs. That's causing Lando to hesitate. Zellhuber's fast as well. He's tall, he's long, he's rangy, he's aggressive. But on top of all those physical attributes, he's incredibly quick as well.
Yeah, for as good as he is, Mike, and for as long as he is, he doesn't kick much. That's the only kick he does. He throws the outside kick. He's predominantly boxing. I'd like to see him mixing some kicks after he throws those combinations. More of them. Everything's just right up the middle because he's so long. Outside kicks, some head kicks, I think would serve him very well.
Be the first to know about new products and sign up to receive 10% off your first online order. Scan that QR code on your screen now to save. Some exclusions apply. Shop the widest selection of UFC gear only at UFCstore.com. That right lead uppercut for Vannata has been true. He's trying to score that one and maybe pile onto it. See if he can come up with a combination that turns the tide a little bit.
Yeah, he's landed that several times. Follows up with a nice left hook as well, but it's just not enough right now. Zellhuber ahead of significant strikes, 66-49, so not a ridiculous lead.
Considering how many strikes had to be considered significant in round one.
That's the difference.
Correct.
That's the difference as we approach 90 seconds to go right now.
You know, Lando Vannata continues to impress even as he gets older in his career. And for Daniel Zellhuber, he's shown improvement. He's gotten better from last fight. He's been more on the go.
Oh! There's a kick, DC.
Yeah. He's so long.
That was impressive as well. The speed and the technique with which he threw that.
And Vannata kind of waved it off, but it did some damage, and certainly the biggest moment of the third and final round with a minute to go.
And even though Lando might have blocked that, he still got to go get something.
Yeah.
That visual, it got the response from us. The judges are watching the same thing.
Well, he did block it. I'm looking at a replay right now. The hand was there. It wasn't because he put his hand down. The hand placement was perfect, but you still feel that. It's still
there he is. Throw a little bit more.
He's got 30 seconds, though. It's still close. Rounds 2 and 3 been
very close.
And Zellhuber cannot shut down here. He can't shut down. He's got to keep fighting. This is a close round, Mike. But I think Zellhuber did enough early to get the round.
Oh! Zellhuber, a little gamesmanship, and does he kind of show on Lando in the final 5 seconds? So each with some moments, and one more high flyer from Lando Vannata. 3 rounds between Daniel Zellhuber and Lando Vannata.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. The judges score the contest 29-27, 29-28, and 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Daniel Golden Boy Zellhuber.